Rise and shine. Welcome to Good Morning Football. We are live in New York City, Tuesday, October 15th, you guys. Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, Nate Wilson. I cannot make this up. What is the national day today?
Oh, National Cheese Curd Day.
Get out of here.
October 15th. Who knew?
Wow. I thought it was National Hands to the Face Day.
Oh,
that was last night.
Kyle,
Right.
it is. This one right here.
Oh, no. Let's go to Lambeau Field. What are we talking about? Cheese curds, hands to the face. Let's find out. We're talking about Lions-Packers. Guys, a series right now which the Lions are on fire in. Not only are they winning 4 in a row, Matthew Stafford has been great in these games. He's not making mistakes. He's throwing touchdowns. And they started the game with a flea flicker, an incredible one. But let's move ahead to the action a little bit. A 4th and goal. The Lions go for it. Kerryon Johnson, is he in? Is he out? Yes to both of those questions. One official says turnover on downs, another says touchdown. Shades of the Fail Mary up in Seattle sort of set the tone for the night. This is the only kind of definitive angle. Peter, do you think he scored?
I guess so. You crossed the plane there in that moment, but
well,
that wouldn't be
says yes.
It's a long night for Blakeman.
It was. Second quarter, though, let's move ahead. The Packers now down 13-0. Lions dominating early, and we got Aaron Jones wide open. And this is after Aaron Jones had a fumble. He had a really rough night after a really great week. 4 touchdowns last week against Dallas.
Ingrid Crown.
I would think so. He did not catch that one. He spent a lot of time on the sideline then. It was almost like he was pseudo-benched, but Jamal Williams came in and was great. On the push pass, it's a touchdown. Breaks tackles, throws stiff arms. Number 30 was awesome last night for Green Bay. But let's go all the way to the 4th quarter. After a ton of field goals by both sides, the Packers down 19-13. Remember, there's no Devontae Adams in this game. Rodgers throws to Darius Shepard, who deflects it in the air and it's picked off. Justin Coleman down the sideline. Marquez Valdez-Scantling eventually tackles him. He also missed some time in this game. Look at the replay, though. This is the story of the night for Rodgers, working with the second string because they hit him right in the face.
Darius Shepard.
He gets intercepted. Darius Shepard takes it out the face mask. We need you back out there because we're playing hurt. 22-13 now, Lions. 4th quarter. Rodgers on a 3rd and long. Waiting. Goes down to get sacked, but there's a flag. Clete Blakeman says illegal hands to the face. That's Trey Flowers says, what are you talking about? Watch his left hand on Bakhtiari. That does not appear to be the face. That is the shoulder. That is not the face. That is not anything. Matt Patricia is fired up. But wait, there's going to be deja vu. 3rd and 5 now. 22-13, 4th quarter. Rodgers is going to throw it deep. Allen Lazard, Peter, from
Iowa State Cyclones.
Incredible. Of course it's Allen Lazard, Adams. The Lazard King, they're calling him in Green Bay. Rodgers now 22-20. What is Green Bay going to do? 2nd and 6. Stafford's going to go deep to Marvin Jones Jr. Incomplete, but there's pass interference, right? Let's look on the replay, guys. Let's just roll our sleeves up. It's going to be one of these days. It appears to get raked across the chest. There was no call. And Matt Patricia does not challenge. I thought that rule was changed so Matt Patricia could, but he doesn't. All right, 5 minutes left to go. Just short of it. Rodgers down 2, scrambling. We haven't seen a lot of that this year. This looks like kind of the old Rodgers. Runs with it, moves the chains. Tick, 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 tick. A lot of timeouts. Under 2 minutes to play. A 3rd and 4.
This is the game.
The field goal.
This
is it. And the rush closes in. Rodgers is going to throw. Wait, is that another flag? What could it possibly be? Hold on. Incomplete pass. Guys, it's illegal hands to the face on Trey Flowers against David Bakhtiari. And again, that does not appear to be the human face. I think that is a shoulder, and Flowers is apoplectic. I actually think Bakhtiari kind of sold that one. Maybe he knew what was going on. It leaves a chip shot for Mason Crosby, who drills it. Sidebar, Mason Crosby missed 5 kicks against the Lions last year at Detroit. He makes this one. He goes into the crowd. They dim the lights, and they turn them out on the Lions in a last-second walk-off game with a lot of conversation, a lot of anger this morning in Detroit. But 23-22, we're going to get into all of this. Let's first hear from the winning quarterback and the winning head coach, Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur.
Matt talks a lot about kind of a no-blink mentality. I think that just means that you move on to the next play, and you have a short memory. That's important in this business. But cliches aside, it's really about the confidence. I think we were a very confident group, and even though we got punched in the mouth a little bit to start the game, I think we responded the right way.
That was just a tough 4-quarter battle against a North opponent that we knew they were going to be a tough challenge, and things didn't go our way obviously early, but I think it speaks a lot to the character that we have in that locker room.
Next man up mentality there after struggling in 2017 and 2018 with just 3 wins against NFC North opponents combined. The Packers are now off to an undefeated 3-0 start against division opponents in 2019. And yes, we will give the Packers their love. Aaron Rodgers is magical. No Geronimo Allison, no Devontae Adams. Guys like Lazard, who had 1 career catch going into this one, had 4 crucial ones in the fourth quarter to get the win. But this morning, we unfortunately do have to talk about the officiating. Thoughts on the calls, the non-calls, all of it?
Yes, I hate starting the show this way, but in Michigan this morning, they're very mad, and they should be, I think. Lions left a lot of plays on the field, but the 2 calls, the illegal hands to the face on Trey Flowers, my take is if you are going to call that penalty and you're going to extend the drive for Aaron Rodgers in a game like this, you better be damn sure it's right. And you better be really sure if you call it a second time. Neither time was the hand to the face. It's objectively wrong. They saw it. They called it. They called it again. Guys, I looked up the rule, the hands to the face rule. There is a special note, an addendum to the rule in the official rule book that says contact in close line play that is not direct and forcible is not a foul. Meaning they almost know, unless it's a really egregious thing, it's not a foul. It was a foul twice. 3 plays after the first one, Rodgers throws the touchdown. Lions missed some plays. Big calls that should not happen. I think they took the win away from them. I do.
Let's quickly hear from Trey Flowers because he obviously was affected by both of these calls. So he actually spoke about the game-altering penalties after the game.
I didn't think hands to the chest was a penalty. I thought hands to the face. But I had him right here in the chest. The second time I changed it to right here. That's part of a move that I do. And, yeah. So now I don't think that was a penalty, but they did, so.
And he's Belichick coached, and then Patricia coached. He said, that's a move that I do, meaning he's been doing that move for years and years and years. That's a pass rushing technique that he has perfected and is one of the highest paid pass rushers because that is a move he does. It would be shocking for him to make all of a sudden this egregious penalty twice in big moments out of nowhere. He's saying, that's the move. It's not a penalty. It's how I've done it. This morning, Ryan Ermani is the Fox local sports guy in Detroit. He said, hey, NFL, we do not accept your apology that you're going to hand out. Sincerely, Detroit. It's a powerful thing. And this morning, everyone from Detroit is up in arms. My take is that the Lions were up 13-0, settled for 5 field goals, had the Packers on the ropes multiple times, and couldn't put it away. I would look at T.J. Hawkinson, the celebrated rookie, a top 10 pick, and say when you're up 10-0 in a game and Matt Stafford throws you a beautiful catch the ball. Catch the ball. You're up 17-0, and it makes it easier. 5 field goals? 5 field goals when you're on the road and you lose to Rodgers without Devontae Adams and without Geronimo Allison. This is a very tough morning for Lions fans because of 2 penalties. I have no reason to believe that even if that penalty wasn't called, Mason Crosby hits the field goal and they win the game. To focus on the officials when the Lions had so many opportunities to shut the door in this game would be discrediting the fact that the Lions all season, whether it be giving up a 13-point fourth quarter lead in Arizona in week 1 or going, blow to blow with Patrick Mahomes and not being able to shut the door there, have not had the ability to close the door and win it. Good teams win these games. Great teams never have them in doubt. I hate being so negative towards the Lions players and team, but I can't just look at the officials on a couple plays and say that's why this team lost the game.
But Trey, it's bigger than the Lions. It's bigger than fans waking up in Michigan today. Every team is affected by calls, good or bad. I gotta say, when you're a player or you're a fan watching a game or you're suiting up to risk it all on every play, you're not trying to make a buffer. You're not trying to, what does that mean, put them away? Like, they should go and win the game. If not for those calls, they can't. It's like the Saints' whole thing. They can't approach it that way. So I don't know if it's put it away, field goals. It doesn't matter. Like, Aaron Jones had a brutal drop in that one, too. You can't put that against them. These calls should not change the game or the authenticity is questioned.
That's life in the NFL. It's happened for years, and it's not going to change. Every game is impacted by the players on the field, coaching decisions, and unfortunately the refs. As a former player, more specifically as a player of the Lions, who've been on the field when Calvin Johnson caught a touchdown in Chicago, and they said that he didn't catch the ball because the action of him going on the ground caused the ball to go out after 2 steps and a knee sliding on the ground. Being in the game versus the Saints where myself, I was called for 3 offensive pass interferences that were ridiculous.
A playoff game.
And then also seeing these guys in the playoffs in Dallas where Brandon Pettigrew was getting harassed before he caught the ball, no flag. Now, as a fan of the game, I can sit back and be even more frustrated with the refs' no calls or calls in this game. But in an effort to remain consistent in how I attacked the Saints fans for being so sensitive about last year in that NFC Championship game, I can't in good faith say that the refs changed the outcome of this game. Because as I sit at home with my family, supporting my former squad, they go up early, and just like Schrager said, you get close to the end zone, and it's field goal, field goal, field goal. I'm sitting there at halftime. I look at my family, look at my wife, look at my kids, and I say, they better finish out this game. Because if they don't, Aaron Rodgers is going to make these guys pay. To your point, finish out drives. Don't keep Aaron alive. We call him Boogeyman. We call him Pennywise. He's like Jason. You trip and fall, and you're dead. So I get while everybody is upset, think about the moments in the game where you could have put a team away. I'm speaking from the player's perspective. And if you're a real NFL athlete, you're not going to wake up in the morning and say, man, the refs really took that game away from us in the last minutes of this game. No, you're going to say, what could I have done? What could we have done? Coaches, what decisions could we have made in order to change the outcome in the game and make it more difficult for the refs to change the outcome?
And that said, it feels like there's a plague around the league that every game is being affected by this. Baker Mayfield spoke about it on Sunday. I think Browns fans feel like they were robbed. It does feel like it's more than ever this season. I know I say that every year, but it
Nate
does.
says it's football. It feels like it's different.
It does. And I don't know if it's the HD cameras that makes every play and the slow motion replay and the incredible sky cams that we have.
I think it's over officiating. I think they're calling more stuff to get it right, and then maybe we'll review it, maybe we won't. The things last night you can't review, which I also think is very strange.
You review everything Belichick style?
Maybe so. Belichick wants to review every call, and after last night, he seems pretty smart.
We'll get into this game, of course, the things the Packers did about, their red zone defense after that.